She was big wilding for that shit. Oh, but listen, at this point, yeah, everybody go crazy, which makes sense because I was wondering why fucking Gabrielle Union been acting out of character as ever since she got married to Dwayne Wade. I don't know if it's the Miami that got into her. I don't know what it is, but she been acting out of character a little bit for a while. Or we just ain't used to her talking. I guess that's what it is.
That might be what it is. Because I feel like we all need to remember that, like, Gabrielle Union was, like, banned from road games when Dwayne Wade was playing for the Heat because she was talking too much shit from the sidelines.
We just starting to learn.
Like, Pat was like, please stop bringing your wife to the games. If it's not at home, she can't fucking come.
Damn, bro. She don't get the Spike Lee pass. She don't get the damn. You know, Spike Lee be on the sidelines at every Knicks game.
Get the Spike Lee pass, but Spike Lee, bro.
Damn, boy, Spike Lee be at the side of every Knicks game, talking the most shit in the league. You hear me?
Shit, bro. Don't nobody get the Spike Lee pass, but the mayor of New York himself, fucking Spike Lee, bro.
I swear, bro. Episode 40 of the Braincast, y'all. Smart asses and smart mouths. I am the left side, Cedric the creator, as well as
soon to be your favorite beverage, if not already, the one and only Juice, aka the right side.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
And ooh wee.
No, facts. That you'll be saying that a lot today. You say that a lot today. Well, first and foremost, how you been, twin? How you feeling?
I'm cool. We vibing. Today was a good day. We started going back to the gym.
Yeah.
Today was like my weekly reset day. So tonight during family time, tonight during family time or after The Last of Us, I'm gonna like do my weekly reset, my journal and whatnot.
Okay.
Went to the gym, meditated, just got done eating some breakfast. Like I told Twin earlier, got the last little bit of this gin and tonic to the side and some water. Drink responsibly.
You made me want to go buy a bottle of some shit after this.
No. And we just vibing today. We cool.
You said Last of Us turn up. I'll buy a bottle. Now. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'll order
one right now. We
now
for the homie Joel, even though he technically just got here, as far as everybody's concerned.
Yeah. Rest in peace to the actual Joel, but
rest in peace to the actual Joel, bro. But I'm very excited to see what life Pedro Pascal is going to breathe into this character.
I'm not. It should be an interesting team.
Very, of course. Especially because this is semi-canon for the most part, from what I'm hearing. When I say semi, I mean obviously, you know, we gotta adapt some things, or we basically just gonna be watching a gameplay. No, but this a good little bit of this gonna be canon, and I'm excited.
Love to see it too. We gonna see what happens. But first and foremost, I guess we'll just get right into it. I've been thinking this past week, and a couple videos popped up too that had me thinking as a chef, which was interesting to me. Which I don't know if a lot of people talked about it yet, but they probably have. I'm probably bugging. We're probably late to the party, but that doesn't matter. Or actually, I feel like people probably talked about it in their circles, but it hasn't been put out into the public. Probably because he was supposed to be right, I guess, or people just wanted to see how stuff play out. I'm talking about J. Cole. So if y'all don't know this already, his underrated album KOD, because I feel like people go really underrate KOD like a mug.
KOD and For Your Eyes definitely still don't get the respect that they deserve. But
no, that's a fact. He ended that album with 1985.
What a song!
Intro to the Fall Off. If you don't know already, it was a message to the young rappers, which is that's the explanation people like saying. There's you give it to the young rappers, but we know exactly who he was talking about. He was talking to the cloud era rappers, to the SoundCloud era rappers, about pretty much getting your business together, because a lot of kids at that time were kind of putting out some meme rap song or something that'll get people listening to it, and then just post a whole bunch of lifestyle shit and thinking that you gonna cruise off that one project or that one song and you set, because that's what a lot of them people at the time was doing. You know what I'm saying? Because
you really spit it bar for bar that that's what y'all was doing.
Literally. Because we can count on our hands how many people survived the cloud era. 21.
Yep.
Uzi.
Yep.
X, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, indeed.
We say Ski.
I can definitely. Shit, we can say Yachty too.
Yachty to a certain extent. I don't feel like he's at the position that he used to be, but he's not, you know, Lil Pump. So, well, I'll give him that.
I don't think anybody's Lil Pump, and I'm happy for them.
I mean, 6ix9ine.
Ooh, not Daniel Hernandez.
Full government. That's considered.
Not Daniel Hernandez.
I didn't know we knew the full government. That's hilarious. Listen,
you got a Hulu documentary about you snitching.
No, that's a fact.
Come on, nah.
Nah, that's a fact. But you can count on your on one hand, maybe two, of who actually survived that. And if you don't know the story of this song, well, people connect this to be the story of the whole thing of Lil Pump dissing J. Cole first, and he didn't answer for a year because obviously he was making KOD at the time. Which I actually didn't know the pure origin of the whole J. Cole crap. First and foremost, he never released a song, which is hilarious to me. I didn't know that. I don't follow Lil Pump. I don't care to, because if I don't like it, I just don't pay attention to it. Simple. Like most people should do, but you know, people don't do that. I didn't know he didn't release that song, because I remember hearing fuck J. Cole all over the place for a little bit, for like a week or two. And apparently it was random fans in his fan base that were saying that, like, under his music videos and shit like that, or like in his lives. So he just took it and ran with it, because you know that's Lil Pump's MO at this point.
Thanks.
And I guess it got back to Cole a little bit, or maybe he just played into 1985, whether you're planning to do that first or not. But pretty much, if you haven't heard this song, this is pretty much him telling y'all to stop playing trends, stop doing the whole playing the social media game too much, and really put your focus in your shows and making decent music if you want to survive in the game. We talking about freaking lines like, now your show's looking alike because they don't show up, which unfortunately means the money slow up. Now you scrambling and hoping to get hot again. But you forgot you only popped because you was riding trends. You know what I'm saying?
Woo. Now you old news. And you going through regrets.
I'm just telling you what's going to happen when you're rapping about the type of shit you rapping about. To faster out to the bottom, I wish you good luck. I hope I'm not even doing cadence no more, because I heard the song in a minute. I hope for your sake that you ain't dumb as you look, but it's really true what people saying. You call yourself playing with my name. Now we dressing.
Then I really know you
fucked. Trust. I'll be around forever because my skills is tip top. To any amateur niggas that want to get rocked, just remember what I told you when your shit flop. In 5 years, you gonna be on Love and Hip Hop,
nigga.
That's what you said.
And he.
So here's the thing, right? The album dropped 2018, April 2018. It's almost been 5 years. Was he right?
The only thing Lil Pump hasn't done has been on Love and Hip Hop.
That's the only thing he hasn't done.
And that's just as far as we know, because Love and Hip Hop is still on and going. I've stopped watching Love and Hip Hop a long time ago.
Facts.
Like,
I never started.
Like, you said what?
I said I never started, but no, I feel you.
I mean, I did. I was on the Love VH1 had me in a chokehold when it came to Black Ink because I like
Oh,
seeing Black Ink that turned into VH1.
Yeah, baby girl love us some Black Ink too. Shit.
Dude, I adore Black Ink. Black Ink Chicago, Black Ink Compton. I love it.
All that shit.
I love me the city of New York. All my lovely homies from the borough. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to the first ever Black Ink in Harlem on 125th. Shout out to them.
Facts.
But like they got Love and Hip Hop New York. They got Love and Hip Hop originally was in New York. So I guess that's just Love and Hip Hop. They got Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They got Love and Hip Hop Miami. So I'm like, only thing that nigga ain't done has been on Love and Hip Hop. And it's like,
where is he even from?
He from there. He from Miami.
Oh.
That's why like that's
Dead
why
ass.
Dead ass. That's why like in the era of like SoundCloud rappers, like us South Floridians was so like up in arms about niggas being like, that's not my nothing.
Yeah, he is from Miami. That's tough.
Not my nothing, bruh. You know what rappers SoundCloud rappers, I'ma claim Ski to the fullest. I'ma claim X. I'll claim
that's cap.
My nigga.
Apparently his government is Gazzy Garcia, bro.
That's disgusting.
Gazzy, bro?
Cause no.
Gazzy, Gauzy,
that ain't no
Gazai. I'm going with Gazzy because that's funny as fuck. Young Gazzy. Well, you should have went with that one. Fuck Lil Pump. You should have went Young Gazzy.
Young Gazzy could have been cool because you could have flipped that and been like, you got the gat on you. You feel me? Something like that.
You.
But like
Young Gazzy. I got that gas. Young Gazzy got that gas. You feel me?
Get rich and get fun, and I love that for you. But at the same time, my nigga, you constantly had too much dip on your chip. Constantly.
Nah, for sure.
And you wasn't rocking with good quality chips, nigga.
Still a young boy too. 22.
Facts, child.
Still a young boy. Damn.
Turned 22.
Which is unfortunate.
You just turned 22. That means when you dissed Cole, you was what, like 16?
16, yeah. 16, 17.
You was 16.
Young boy. Or whatever. I saw an interview too. I saw a clip of an interview. I don't know who interviewed him or whatever. And Buddy was like, so it's been almost 5 years.
That's so funny.
Do you believe that what J. Cole was telling you was right? And he's like, no, because I'm still here. I'm like, I mean, you may still be alive, but
like, he didn't say you were gonna die, babe.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He never said you was gonna get shot in the head or you gonna get spent on the block. No one's gonna spin on you for what?
I was gonna say, lucky for you, you didn't establish no beefs with nobody except for him.
Shit. Nah, facts.
Like, because this could have been way worse. You picked the right motherfucker to beef with. I tell you that.
So you know who else lived up to it? Smoke Perp.
You said who?
Smoke Perp.
Oh my god, I forgot about that nigga.
Nah, I can't forget about him because I can't forget about that clip. I don't know if you've seen that clip. Buddy who was performing, I don't know if it was at some venue, and Buddy turned around with the camera and that joint was empty. Like nobody was there. No one came to his show. Like nobody. Like the venue was empty. I think there's probably like 6-7 people standing up there. That joint was a hilarious sight to see. Which, I mean, Smoke Perp was okay. I didn't pay attention to him too much. Like I said, besides a few people here and there from that era, I didn't pay attention from nobody from there. Like where's Ugly God?
Right.
Where'd he go? Where's Ugly God?
He's doing great things and no one's talking about it. Same thing with Denzel Curry. Niggas was like, oh my god.
I forget Denzel came up around the same era, but Denzel's a whole nother beast, though.
He really is. And it's like, niggas was like, oh my god, about that fucking Kenny Beats mixtape he did, which was fire. Go listen to that shit. And like, that was it. And it's like niggas he'll like have a feature with your fave, and they'll be like, this nigga spitting. He always spits. He don't
That's
miss.
what I'm saying. He cool.
He
That boy
don't
is
fucking
cool.
miss.
That boy is nice.
What happens when you take a battle rapper that's able to adapt and actually become like a rapper? You get hit after hit after hit, and that's what
This is
he
what I'm
did.
saying. If anything, I think it's not that he fell off. I think he's sitting on something. He might be sitting on something.
And I hope he is, because that's his business, and I can't wait to listen to it.
Yeah, he might be sitting on something, probably dealing with whatever the heck. But I feel like he's sitting on something, because why wouldn't he? Because I've always considered him like another Joey Badass.
Definitely consider him a Southern Joey Badass.
He's in the same camp. Like, shoot, I'm surprised. Rest in peace to X. I'm surprised him and X didn't link up more on music.
And the thing is, who's to say they didn't?
Oh, who knows? Like I said, he might be sitting on something. Who knows?
When it comes to one thing I can say about the undergrounds and like the dirty kids of rap game, bro, they gon' rock with niggas where they come from before they rock with anybody else.
100%.
Which is why, like, that's why I love, you know, when ASAP Mob be ASAP Mob, or when like Joey link up with his niggas, or like when the niggas from, you know, back home link up with their niggas. It's just like you just got that. Like, I love the rap game, period. But being a South Florida kid, I'm a fuck with that grittiness of South Florida all the way through. Every time it come on, I'ma bang it.
I feel that. I can to a certain extent, being that, you know, I'm from two borders at this point. I'm from two coasts. I'm from New York, but I spend a good bit of my life down here in South Florida, so I've had a best of both worlds. Like, I can mess with the party scene of Miami, but there's something about, like, I forgot the name of the track. That one T-Pain track he had both Joey Badass and Budden on there. I was like, Just hearing that, you don't even need to hear the song. That's hard as shit. Joey Badass featuring Joey Badass and Joe Budden on a T-Pain joint.
That shit sounds amazing.
Oh my gosh, bro! It was on one of the mixtapes that T-Pain dropped when he was clearing out his backlog. He was just putting it on the mixtape and put it out. Yeah. It was on one of them joints. I downloaded both of them joints the moment them joints came out, because at that time I was like, I ain't heard T-Pain in a minute. This is right when he reemerged from the shadows and started coming back to the spotlight for a little bit. He came through, he cleared his backlog, dropped that, and that track was on there. I was like, you was sitting on that? That's crazy, bro. Sitting on a song with Mr. Teddy Pendergrass down with the features of Joey Badass and Joe Budden on the same one. First and foremost, you had Joey come out of retirement for a backlog song. That's crazy.
Backlog.
For you just had that joint in storage. T-Pain is something else. T-Pain is something else. But nah, I definitely feel you on that. So I don't know. We don't know if Denzel's sitting on an X feature. Who knows? But like I said, besides him and the people that we mentioned before, ain't nobody else left, bro. Well, Made in Tokyo a little bit, but Made in Tokyo, did he come out during that time? I don't think so. Or is it before that? Was it before or after that?
I think it was after. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I feel like he kind of melted into that crowd anyway. But he's
melted into that crowd. But I feel like he came like at the end, mixing into like the newer era. But he sounded so much like the older niggas that we was just like, oh, okay.
No facts. So who knows? But yeah, like I said, J. Cole, but he called it. He called it just like he called false prophets. Speaking of calling stuff, there's a major thing we missed in December, twin. When I tell you a major thing, because apparently everything wanted to happen while we were gone.
No,
so it popped up on my TL. And do you know who Jaguar Wright is? You know who Jaguar Wright is?
I've heard the name before, so I want to say yeah.
vocalist from the 90s. Did some work with Jay-Z, did work with the Roots. Yeah. So for the second time, because I didn't even know that was the first time, for the second time, she linked up with RealLyfe Productions and had an interview. And boy, was it an interview. And that was true. Not even that. Like, she started the interview. She wasn't pulling up for an interview. She pulled up to give an interview. I was like, oh, that's hard. That's hard. I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. Long story short, for folks who don't know her track record, I haven't been able to go and see the first interview yet. I want to go back and watch that, and probably we'll talk about it next week or something, as well as the aftermath of this interview next week, because I've heard some things which I'll get to after we talk about what we about to talk about. But the first interview she had with them, this is back in 2020. She has unearthed a lot of things, a lot of big things such as her being essayed by Common. That was the thing. She came out and said,
wow.
Yeah, that was the thing. And before I really get into a lot of the stuff that she says, because she talked about Tevin Campbell too, about how that man was out there on Hollywood Boulevard selling himself for some drug money and stuff. He got to that point. And like I said, these are some big things. These are some slanderous things. The only reason that personally I believe it is she's saying these kinds of things that can be considered clear slander. Not one person has come out and hit her with a defamation suit. Not one person. She talked about a lot of people in 2020. Like I said, there's a few points that I was able to get. I haven't watched that one yet. I watched the 2022 interview. She came back for the 2022 interview. And I watched that one, which is way longer. I did it so you don't have to. But after a lot of the stuff that we discussed here today, if you want to check it out for yourselves, you can check the description down below. I have the link right there for you. You can go listen to it for yourself. But once again, there's a lot of stuff that she talked about. At this point, she's the Snowden of hip hop. From some of the shit that she was talking about in this damn interview, I don't think you understand. First and foremost, she was kind of like really responding to the Tevin Campbell stuff that she was saying before, because she believes that the game really mistreated Tevin Campbell.
Yeah, that's why he's sick of motherfuckers coming up to him and singing that fucking song.
Really mistreated that man, which the game does to a lot of people. Well, for folks who don't understand, hip hop, not even hip hop, in the entertainment industry as a whole is a very, very salacious and nasty place. If you don't understand, there's a reason why going independent is the move these days, and you just handle your own business, because you get intertwined with a lot of these dudes out here who are solidified. There's some stuff that you just don't know. Like it's a crazy thing. It's a very crazy thing. Now, she obviously, a lot of people said that can't be true or whatever, but she made the point that this is public record, which I went to verify. Yeah, it's out there. If you Google it, you'll find it. You'll find it. It's not. This is public record. That's number one. And number two, once again, that's the result of what people do in the game. Like, people just ain't give that man his props. You know what I'm saying? As well as people kept playing with that man's sexuality, if he's straight or if he's not. From what I saw investigating this whole interview and trying to fact check things here and there, he did come out in August, this past August. So congratulations to Tevin Campbell for that. Yeah, my man came out.
Period.
And a point that I think Jaguar made, which is true, is that they're doing that to all men at the time. Back then, everyone, it was a witch hunt. In the 90s, it's a witch hunt. Everyone was trying to find out who gay for some reason.
It's so crazy.
It was a pastime.
So
like
many of y'all were gay. And I don't understand why it was such a big deal for niggas to be like, oh my god, because so many of y'all were gay.
I'm saying, bro. And she made this big point, which let's talk about it. This is interesting. Oh, and it's something I've always thought, but I've never said out loud, nor really expounded on. It's just tough. And I've seen a couple videos and discussions coming out about it, about the state of women hip hop lately. And these are some points that Jaguar was making, this Jaguar Wright herself. Do we realize that, number one, all of the women coming out in hip hop, quote unquote, now, and that's why I mean the quote unquotes around women hip hop, all the women coming out now are ex strippers, which that's not a problem. The problem is, number two, y'all don't write y'all shit. Y'all don't. Yeah, no, none of them write their shit. You're ex strippers and you don't write your shit. So now here's the big thing. So who's writing it?
Nigga.
Exactly. So now, if you got a nigga out here writing ladies' anthems, and a lot of y'all ladies out here and take this stuff to heart, building this new woman hip hop culture, is it really the independence you think it is? You know what I'm saying? If you're building your Bible from these lady anthems, but none of them write, and they ghostwriters, nigga, y'all getting y'all lifestyle from a man. Yeah, that's.
And for those of you about to come in and be like, well, they obviously give their input. They do. But your input is one thing. You feel me? You can have 8, 10 niggas in a room writing a song.
Right.
Input is one thing. That's all it is, though. It's input.
Right. Which I know a lot of y'all would be like, when it comes to what?
I think you should put this here instead. Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
That's about the end of it, though.
For the most part, and not even that. Like the point I was about to make, a lot of ladies these days are really adamant about, I'm not here to compromise my lifestyle with no man. I'm gonna live the way that I want to live. So if that's the way that you move in, the person that wrote your playbook and your Bible is compromising with a man on how y'all should be living in the first place. So now, is that really true? You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, when it comes to me, you ask me, you live how you want to live. It's none of my concern.
Oh man,
because it's not my lady. You know what I'm saying? Me and my queen have an understanding. She can live as free as she wants. We respect each other. We trust each other. We do our thing, and it's a wrap. It's real simple, straightforward like that. Nobody is controlling nobody. We love each other, we holding hands, and we live in our own separate lives as well as our conjoined lives together. That's the way I think it should be. But that's us. So at the end of the day, you do you. However, if we out here screaming, independence and you know what I'm saying, city girls on the top me that, fly out, get paid to see a nigga or whatever the case is. Because the whole thing of being flown out by a man, and then you mad that they didn't get the box. Like, what? I'm not gonna tell you to do that. Never gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you consent for it, that man is wrong. But you thought he dropped hundreds of dollars to get you Birkin bags and fly you out to see him just for your presence? Like, I don't. You get what I'm saying here? Like, I don't want this to sound no misogynistic or whatever the case is, because like I said, at the end of the day, you won't get flown out. Get flown out. It's your business. I'm not going to judge you.
Lil Yachty wrote "Act Up." Remember that.
Like get your bag, sis.
Lil Yachty wrote that.
Wait, what?
For the City Girls, "Act Up." Lil Yachty wrote that.
Oh, did you see?
Real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga. Lil Yachty wrote that. And then told JT, you need to do that shit like this. You need to be when you doing that.
I wonder how many people know that.
A lot more should, because he put his whole ass in that song.
And that's my whole thing, because we be screaming like this is a woman independence, movement, and I believe in that. I consider myself a feminist. Twin, you've known me long enough. Would you consider me a feminist?
Yeah.
I'm a feminist. I'm all for y'all doing y'all thing. But the thing is, y'all need to understand what y'all moving on. You know what I mean? I wonder how much of these ladies out here who are listening to these anthems understand that 98% of them are written by a nigga. And I wonder how would you feel the moment you figured that out. You know what I mean? And what makes it worse is the ladies out here who was rapping their asses off and actually write they shit are buried. A point like the point that Jaguar Wright made in the interview. How come Rhapsody ain't got her flowers yet? Let that sit. If you don't know who Rhapsody is, give her a look up and listen to some of her songs. That woman can rap. She can spit with the best of them.
She is the best of them, low-key.
Shit. She don't got her flowers like that, though.
A lot of
you know what I mean? Some people treat her like she underground still.
Their flowers. Rest in peace to Gangsta Boo, bro.
Facts. Rest in peace to Gangsta Boo. For sure. Like, they making her like this unspoken woman on rap, but she's still here. She's still doing her thing. Shoot, some other women out here. No Name. For folks who don't know about No Name. Shoot, I've seen tweets from her and how she feels frustrated. She ain't really being pushed with the work she doing with her music. I don't know if she took a break. She was talking about leaving the game for a little bit, but that's another one that was out here doing her thing. There's ladies out here who actually spit, actually write their own shit. But they get tripped up in favor of these ex-strippers who look good. They about all that shit. You let a nigga write their song for them that matches that aesthetic, and we push them to the stars. You know what I mean? It's not a good look. I don't think it's the kind of seed that y'all want to plant when it comes to the revolution for women hip hop and for the ladies. Once again, it's not me to tell y'all what to do. I'm not a lady. You know what I'm saying? Twin, tell me. Like,
it's like you have the OGs that don't get their flowers. Right. And like Twin said, you definitely have the rappers who, like, you got the body, you look good, and it's like ex-strippers in the game and whatnot. And like, you basically gotta be taught to rap.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what? What? Like, and then you have the ones that are like, because of ones like that, the ones that gotta get like taught to rap, you got the ones like Meg and Lotto and women of that caliber that look good. Y'all got the body and they write their own shit, but y'all done looped them in with these other bitches, and now you just disrespected everybody all in one go for no reason. Because it's like, just like you have the OGs that's not getting their flowers, you got the up and comings, or the ones that's like established and are like continuing to get their flowers, but y'all like is fake flowers for real.
Hell yeah.
It's like you giving her flowers and whatnot, and you not really like fully appreciating the fact that like, oh yeah, girl, you look good, and you was rapping the fuck out of that shit, and I'm like, and she wrote it. Remember that. Let's add that part in there too.
Mm.
And that's not to say there's anything wrong with not writing your own raps, because input is one thing. I completely understand. Sometimes people sit down with their ghostwriters, and some people just aren't good at writing.
Right.
Some people literally have ghostwriters just because they can't articulate their words into writing, but they can speak them and have somebody else put them down. And the only thing you're not doing is writing, but you got hand over hand, like some intake on your own songs. Like it's still coming from you. You just didn't write it. That's one thing. But when you got bitches that's just like, I'm gonna shake my ass and rap about scamming niggas and see how far it get me.
Nah, you coming for Ice Spice like that? It's crazy.
Bro, leave ISIS out of this.
You come for Ice Spice? I mean,
bro.
the
My thing, listen, like all the homies been saying, because one thing I will say, if Ice Spice ain't got nothing, she got male fans for sure.
Well, yeah, she ain't got nothing. She got ass.
Male fans for sure. Because the way these niggas be quoting her songs, the way these niggas be like, "How can I lose if I already choose?" Like, I'm sick. I'm sick. Hey, shout out to Ice Spice, because she definitely be giving the girls what they need to have, what they need to give. You feel me? She on my workout playlist. I do what need to be done when that shit come on.
Hey.
But like, some people just here for a bop.
I mean, that's what she putting out, little bops here and there. But
she knows what the one thing I'm gonna say about Ice Spice, I'm glad you brought her up. She knows she put out bops. She knows she put out bops, and she know that motherfuckers can't stand that all she doing is putting out bops.
I mean, not even
she
that.
She said, like, niggas is mad that I'm putting out bops and having fun. And I'm like, yeah, they is. Mind you, they shouldn't be. I'm not niggas. Put out your bops, because I'm gonna listen. Because they just that. They bops. You know? Well, put out your bops. And I feel like when she feel like she don't want to rap no more, at this point in time, she'll be okay with not doing that.
I honestly believe that she's not gonna have a choice.
That too.
I honestly believe that she's not gonna have a choice. I feel like she gonna gas out sooner or later. Cause it's like
this thing at this point, just because of her aesthetic, just because we haven't had a lot of female rappers, or any that I know of, that have like notably come from the Bronx, which is like the grittier of the boroughs. Nike eating that shit up.
Shit.
Beyonce eating that shit up. She's an Ivy Parker model now.
Oh.
Ivy Park, apologies. They're eating that shit up.
Shit.
And then she can still go hop in the studio, make a little bop, and then go back to what she was doing. That's her business.
But here's the thing. Here's one thing about Ice Spice, right? Does she get the same attention if she doesn't have the beats that she got?
No.
It's my thing.
Whoever put her on definitely
that day.
Whoever put her on definitely like gave her a beat and was like, you would sound good over this. The way you rap, the way you sound, the way you carry on, you would sound good over this particular beat.
Cause to me, the thing about drill rap, and I love drill rap, I have a hype playlist, and half my shit is Pop Smoke. I ain't gonna hold you. Like 1/3, half of that shit is Pop Smoke. And Pop Smoke, I got some other folk on there too. I don't remember every single song right now, but that is what it is. I fucks with drill. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn till I die. But the thing about drill is a lot of it is production, and it lowers the floor of requirement for bars. You don't need to rap that hard on a drill beat because the drill beat is doing all the work.
Which is why when Cardi came on Shake It, I was floored. Because she was spitting. And she didn't need to. She did not have to go that hard on that damn song.
I'm telling
and
you.
She fucking ate.
You don't need to rap like that on a drill beat. And like I said, there's people outside of that do their thing on drill beats. I'm not gonna sit here and act like, oh, people who in Brooklyn drill, they can't rap. I'm not saying that at all. Pop Smoke did great with that. Favi's doing his thing still to this day. When everybody thought he was gonna be a one-hit wonder. You know what I'm saying? There's other people that's doing it, but the bulk of that genre at the end of the day is gonna be those people don't have the biggest followings, but it's not like nobody listening to them. You listen to a lot of those, no one really saying nothing, but putting little words together that sound good. And part of it, I don't necessarily blame the genre. I kind of blame the what people accept in rap these days, because like they say at this point, the shit that people go to now is that lunch table rap shit we used to do in middle school.
Oh me.
Lunch table rap is the move these days, but I digress. You know what I'm saying? We do lunch table rap. People accept one of the cardinal sins of rap, which is you supposed to write your own shit. If you don't write your own shit, you doodle. People call it get you out of here. Like when rap was really popping like that, when we first started booming, it came from people out here putting in work with that pen. You know what I mean? You had to say something. And if anybody caught you stealing rhymes, sounding like another motherfucker, or whatever the case is, you out of here. You ain't getting nothing. Not one sale. These days it's accepted. It's whatever. Okay, everybody has songwriters. Okay, I mean, like me, I'm cool with it. Do what you gonna do. But when it comes to me talking about the greatest MCs, I'm not including you because you don't write your own shit. Like whenever I talk about some of the best rappers of all time, I don't have Drake in the conversation. He doesn't write everything. Can he spit? Fuck yeah. When he writes his own shit, can he spit? Fuck yeah. But he don't write all his shit. I can't include Drake in that conversation. Now, we talking about artists, hip-hop artists, cool. Rappers, though. Yeah. It's a different conversation.
I feel like I took Drake out of the rapper category a long time.
Yeah, at this point, like I said, he's a musician, he's an artist. You do your thing.
Top tier artist, an artist of the generation.
100%.
But I very much took you out of the rapper category quite some time ago, sir. And that's okay. Like, you feel me? Don't get disrespected, you know. Drake fans, stay the fuck out of our comments with that bullshit.
Shit, speaking of rappers, should we talk about Jay-Z? Talk about Jay-Z. I say let's talk about Jay-Z because
what it told you now.
Jaguar Wright has some stuff to say about Jay-Z.
I know.
Mind you, she worked with him in the 90s. That's just crazy. And she started off real well too, so I thought it was going well. Like she's like, oh, he's an excellent businessman with great acumen. And she started drawing some very interesting parallels that I think we all picked up on, but either people don't want to connect the dots or they don't see the dots to connect. So if people saying I'm stepping in conspiracy theory territory, do you? I just believe that there's a certain number of coincidences that stops it being a coincidence. You feel what I'm saying?
For 2 times, it's no longer a coincidence, bro.
Once you have so much of a consistency of coincidences, it's not coincidence anymore. It can't be.
The pattern.
How lucky can someone be? Which is crazy when she started breaking it down, because if you really think about Jay-Z's career, right? He was bustling in the streets of New York. We talking mid-90s. He was writing with Biggie. He riding with Big L. You know what I'm saying? Big L passed away. Biggie passed away. Now it's Jay-Z. That's the one taking the crown. Right?
Right.
And then now it's Jay-Z versus Nas. Who the best rap in the game? Or whatever the case is. Well, who is it? Is it Nas? Is it Jay-Z? Nas has a breakdown, has to leave the game for a couple years. Now it's all Jay-Z. Interesting. He did what he did with Dame Dash. That's a whole nother conversation in itself. That's a whole nother conversation in itself that I'm not going to be unpacking right now. If y'all want to hear about it, let us know. We'll talk about it. They can do that. I don't even know. Is Dame Dash and Jay-Z even on speaking terms these days? I don't know. I don't know if they ever squashed the beef, if they had beef.
Because the thing about Jay-Z is when it comes to beef like that, when it comes to old heads in the game for real, if you don't squash that beef when you're younger, it's not getting squashed.
That's a fact.
You develop a certain level of respect as a peer in the craft, but I still don't fucking like you.
Shit, look at Ja Rule and 50.
I'm telling you, and simply because we constantly have to be around each other, whether it be because we from the same place, whether it be because we know the same people, whether it be because me and you have both reached that status in our craft where me and you are everywhere all the time, I'm gonna see you and I'm gonna keep it fucking moving.
Sure. Even before we talk about the fall of Rock Nation, let's not talk about that yet. Let's talk about the build up of Rockefeller. Because then, like I said, he moving, he doing whatever he doing. Big L pass, Biggie pass. It's Jay-Z's time because he bustling in the streets with Dame. We getting Rockefeller up. We build up Rockefeller. It's early 2000s, right? We get Just Blaze on the team. Just Blaze is dropping fucking hits, right? That's what we're doing.
What a fucking man.
What a fucking man indeed. Then Kanye happened.
Woo!
Let's not forget that. Like I know it's a beautiful thing. Before everyone hated Kanye, to really see Kanye was really pushing and bustling. He was out there. He was one of the Rockefeller producers and stuff before they wouldn't let him rap or whatever the case is. But he was out there producing on everybody's shit. Now, mind you, if he producing on everybody's shit, what is Just Blaze producing? Think about it. If Kanye's out here left and right, we're hearing all the soul samples and everything going crazy. Everybody going dummy. Rockefeller can't miss. Kanye's a super producer. What does Just Blaze fit in this?
Time y'all heard the song and the producer tag came on, that shit said Just Blaze. I can't tell you. I'm not gonna lie.
So I'm gonna reiterate what Jaguar Wright was saying in the interview. You know, we go off. You make Tidal. You telling me Just Blaze can have been an executive producer? Nothing. Where's Just Blaze? Hey. Where's Just Blaze?
Because she really said that. Wait a minute.
Where's Just Blaze?
Wait. Because she got an immense amount of dip on her chip. Wait.
Where's Just Blaze? How many acquisitions has Jay-Z had at this point? And Just Blaze, he ain't Just Blaze name nowhere.
In sight, bro.
At least Tidal. That makes sense.
How many? Some shit that niggas have to pay for. Some shit that if don't fuck with you, they're not even gonna have.
How many people? Because mind you, here's the crazy part. Just Blaze nowhere near Tidal. Kanye got a part though. Beyonce did too.
Easy.
And many other rappers in the game did too. If I remember, they signed on. They got them a little piece of a Tidal and all that. Just Blaze nowhere in sight. Just Blaze is one of who brought you out the mud for real. If anything, he brought you out the mud and brought you to a decent standing, and then Kanye took you to the moon. That's cool. Whatever do you think? But what does Just Blaze get for the work that you put into? Where's Just Blaze? Where's Just Blaze? And then the whole thing you had with Dame Dash happens. You leave Rockefeller, you go take over Def Jam for a little bit, right? It's early 2000s, early 2000s. I think this happened, right? The timeline's mixed up. Don't matter. The event matters. You go over to Def Jam. You're doing your thing in Def Jam. This is around the time Beyonce's solo career kind of struggling, not really working out. I think she was on Def Jam at the time. I don't remember necessarily who she was signed up on, but at the end of the day, Beyonce's solo career struggling a little bit. I think she did something for a soundtrack around the time too. Didn't work out. Wasn't the best. Right. Then Aaliyah passes away, unfortunately. Now Beyonce on her way.
Jay-Z, bro, please.
You over Def Jam.
Get that whole you.
Because mind you, let me triple check. Let me triple check. When did that song come out? I'm not even gonna say the name yet until I know. Until I know. And I hate whatever the fuck is going on outside. Oh no, that's not the song I'm thinking of. But at the time, we go off. Beyonce's on her way, going crazy, right? And then it's just a lot of interesting coincidences of windows of opportunity that capitalize for you because of the same tragedy. Alright? Like, sure, people gonna just be like, he was just in the right place at the right time, but something like that is supposed to happen luckily, right?
It's only luck so many times below.
You know what I'm saying? Forrest Gump don't exist. Nobody can have a Forrest Gump effect. To happen to be in that place of history every single time. She was also talking about her and R. Kelly sharing Aaliyah, which is another interesting thing. Saying Jay-Z fucked Aaliyah. That was... I don't know if that's news for anybody. I didn't know that which is kind of crazy. Because this is, if we're talking, this is 99 maybe. If it is...
Right before she passed.
No, so you all know how much power Jay-Z has? You wanna know how much power he has? You know that nobody talks about the Best of Both Worlds album, right?
Ooh.
You know what I'm talking about. For folks out there who don't know what I'm talking about, the Best of Both Worlds was an album that Jay-Z put out in March of 2002. What makes this album so special? This is a collab album that he did with the one and only Robert Kelly. Let's not forget that. That happened. But in the midst of everyone trying to survive R. Kelly, that's nowhere to be seen. You can look it up if you ever want to. He did a whole collab album with the man. Right?
An album.
Oh wow. 2002. Running rampant at this time, mind you. R. Kelly running rampant. I'm wondering if he stopped at R. Kelly's house to record some of these songs. Because if you did, you saw that. Yo, Jay, what's up, man? Sean.
Facts. Governments.
Sean, did you know? Sean, did you know? That's my whole point. That's my whole thing. Did you know and you accepted it? Which is Nice. He's when we start getting into territory of like, accepting certain evils, which is crazy. Oh no. Because if you knew, Jay, you knew and said nothing, you went out and put out the albums. Put out that album. But you did. Just crazy. Also, another fact that has nothing to do with the story that we're talking about. I, in the midst of me doing research just in general, found a clip first and foremost. Shout out to Corey Holcomb who educated me on this.
Comedian Corey Holcomb?
Corey Holcomb. He's been going on the whole education route these days. He been out here talking.
Good for him.
He been out here talking. Shout out to him. Obviously, I'm a young bull, so I didn't know this. KRS-One put out an album called The Blueprint, and a couple of years later, Jay-Z puts out an album called The Blueprint. And Corey Holcomb made it apparent that how you gonna consider someone one of the best to do it when you jacking other niggas' shit. I mean,
and that coming from somebody who, being on the other end of jacking somebody's shit, you being a bitch like, oh my god, like, oh my god.
Like, for me, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, Jay-Z meant to steal it, but at the same time, I can't defend it. I can't defend that. Can't do it. I'm not gonna sit here and do it. I can't. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. It's many interesting things. Since we talking about moguls, let's talk about Puff. We already knew Puff was bad. We did. We knew Puff is bad. Puff has a long history of
Holmes is the devil.
Or like Miss Jaguar Wright likes to call him Honeycomb. Like that and funniest thing you said that too. She said he's a devil for sure too.
So is Ronald Reagan, but he is too.
No, because you have a history of utilizing people to get your money up, as well as she brought something to my attention that I never thought about it. First and foremost, rest in peace to one of the greatest, Biggie Smalls. Passed away at 24. Biggie been making money off of Biggie's back for 25 years. How do you make money off of someone's back longer than they've been alive? How do you do that? Let that sink in. Cause every now and again we got a posthumous album or a posthumous verse coming out on a Puff record, on other people's records. Like, we wondering how long, how much of a backlog of verses did Biggie leave before he unfortunately had to leave this earth. Now my question is, Jaguar Wright brought this point up during the interview too, is because she brought up the point of where's the commission. If you don't know what the commission is, the commission was supposed to be the last album that was following Life After Death that Biggie was going to drop on Bad Boy as his exit album before he went off and did his own thing on his own company. But unfortunately, he passed away. But from what Jaguar Wright can tell us, and yeah, many people can say that this is speculative, but from her track record, I can't say she's lying, because she's been saying crazy things about people for a good couple years now. Not one person can bring a defamation case to her door. She's been talking crazy, mind you, which can easily be considered slander, but I can't take her to court. She must be telling the truth, so I'm going to take it as the truth. At the time, the commission, from what was said, it was completely recorded. It was being mixed and mastered. It was supposed to come out a week and a half after Biggie unfortunately passed. So where's the commission? So now with that being said, what I'm wondering is their verses coming off of what the commission was supposed to be that's being passed out for all these features that's been happening for the past 25 years? I can't tell you to prove, but based on what I have heard and the information in front of me, I think that's a possibility. Yeah, you've been chopping up the commission album that was supposed to be that next album that apparently, allegedly, because I can't prove anything, was recorded and was being mixed and mastered at the time for release. But unfortunately, Biggie passed. Might be where all of these posthumous verses are coming from. Because once again, Mr. Puff Daddy himself, Mr. Honeycomb, Sean Combs, has been making money off of Biggie's name for 25 years. Biggie Smalls passed away at 24 years old. How do you make money off of somebody longer than they've been alive? That's crazy. It's crazy to me. Also, you want to know another interesting coincidence? As we've been talking about coincidence, twin, and then you can tell me how you feel about all this, because I've taken the show with this information. Because it's been interesting and learning some of the stuff that I've learned from what Jaguar Wright was telling us, which is a very interesting thing. Just look at the facts here. She displays the facts for us, and I'm going to display it to y'all. Now, for folks who don't know about Uptown Records, it might be before a lot of y'all time, but Uptown Records really was one of the record companies that helped the scene shift over to hip hop a bit. Because as we knew Uptown Records was a Motown record label back then. Talking about Motown, we talking about like Jackson 5 stuff. We talking like Michael Jackson before he went solo and went crazy pop the way he did. Like old school, black home taste shit. Five people started Uptown Records. Right? Follow me here. It was Andre Harrell, okay, right? Heavy D, Al B. Shore, Kim Porter, who was one of the longest running employees of the company at the time. That was Andre's personal assistant at the time, right? And Mr. Honeycomb himself. Mr. Diddy.
Heavy hitters.
Right? Let's talk about it. If we fast forward to 2023, Andre, gone. Heavy D, gone. Mm-hmm. Kim Porter, gone. Only people left is Al B. Shore and Puffy. Al B. Shore just came out of a coma. Luckily. Do you want to know the cause of death? Andre Harrell, heart attack. Heavy D, found him face down, heart attack. Kim Porter, they said it was pneumonia, but there was another coroner report that found toxins in her system that could have been poison. So from what I heard, if I remember correctly, I think they ruled it a homicide at one point. Mind you, there are poisons that can create heart attack / pneumonia like symptoms in someone's body. And then Al B. Shore is in a coma. And you know what ties all this together? You all know, here's the cherry on top. There's one thing that all four people have in common. Around the time of their death, They were all writing tell-all books.
Oh shit!
Andre is writing a tell-all book. Heavy D is writing a tell-all book. Kim Porter is writing a tell-all book. Al B. Shore was in the middle of getting ready to do a documentary on his life and got caught in a coma. The only thing that fucking honeycomb Mr. Sean Diddy Combs got is a closet full of shiny suits and fisheye lenses.
Shiny suit is fucking hilarious. Because boy, that nigga love him a metallic ass suit.
Bro.
He loves
Once again, how many coincidences does it take for it to not be a coincidence anymore? I can't prove it, okay? I can't prove it. I don't come to me wondering, all this information, you don't have any proof, you're spreading lies and all kinds of. Listen. I'm giving things that I have heard. The facts was laid out in a certain way that can make me think of possibilities. Alright? I can't confirm, but at the same time, both me and y'all can't deny. So, go ahead, Twin. Tell me, what are you thinking about all this? I just displayed a lot of information, so I know this might be a lot to process. I want to hear from you, so I don't sound crazy. I need to hear.
We need to get this in our heads, right? To our skulls real quick, okay? Diddy is not a good person.
At all.
We need to lock that in real quick, okay? Diddy is not a good person, bro. And I'm not gonna say he never has been. He's been on the earth longer than I've been alive. But as long as I've been alive in my 2.5 decades, what I've seen, you've been a bad person long enough, my nigga, for you to know that you ain't never seen the pearly gates.
Yeah, shoot.
You and Tyler Perry, y'all locked in. Yeah. But like, it is insane. Because we not gonna sit up here and act like the industry don't got a dark side to it.
And that's what I'm saying, because not to cut you off, we gotta, if y'all really think about it, listen here. Hip-hop, whether y'all like it or not, or if you have not done your homework, I consider you should do your homework,
was born through thievery, was
built from the streets, hood shit. We talking Supreme Team, you know what I mean? We talking fucking why am I forgetting his name right now? His name is slipping my mind. Suge Knight. We talking Jay Prince. These kind of people. Y'all don't know who I'm talking about? Look them up. A lot of the record companies outside of the big white corporation ones that were built off the back of drug money and hustling from the streets. People put money out. They put out some marketing strategies that people bought into it and made them go legit. Is it bad? I'm not gonna say it's bad. People did what they had to do with what they had, but at the same time, right? There's honor among thieves. What do I mean by that? The way that folks in the hood commit crime, the way that black folks commit crime, and the way that, and I'm not trying to make this a race thing, but the way that white folk commit crime are two different things. When it comes to us, we straightforward. You had a problem with our block, we spit on your block, we lighting the whole place up. We fireworking in this bit. It's real clear. It's real, you know, it's a hassle. It can be kind of hazy, you know, bloody, it's messy, right? I know white folk, when they got problems like this joint's calculated. You talking putting poison in drinks, pulling up people's houses at 3 a.m. because we got the door code to their apartments, and putting pillow to their head with the silencer type beat. We talking Jeffrey Dahmer type get away from it for a little bit.
Right. We talking about the only reason we got caught is because somebody lived.
Right. So bringing it back to the quote that I made before, there's honor amongst thieves. Now, if folks from the hood build up a company from the streets, and now they're brushing shoulders with white folks with these corporation ass companies, they have a certain camaraderie for the hustle and success of their companies. So now they're having dinners, they're getting chummy. You think they don't learn from each other? I'll say it again. Do you think they don't learn from each other?
If they doing nothing else, they're learning, observing, taking note, giving.
So you thinking? And once again, I cannot confirm or deny any actions that may be seen to be said has taken place. I'm not saying anything has happened. However, when people like Jay-Z and Honeycomb get to the place in their careers that they have gotten, and they have brushed shoulders with people who may have participated in certain problem solving techniques like this, I can't confirm it or not who. You telling me with the street mentality that they will forever have? Because everybody that come from the hood will tell you, you can take the boy out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the boy regardless. So with the hood mentality that they have, of knowing that they got to take care of problems here and there, they didn't pick up lessons from the other side. I don't know. I can't confirm. Like, once again, stranger things have happened. We live in a world where people out here chopping up bodies and eating them. We're in a world where people had secret islands of pushing people in and out under the Hollywood's nose. That these days is just like the title. The title of this episode. I got the title from Miss Jaguar Wright herself. She said during an interview. These days, life is stranger than fiction. Tell me if I'm wrong. These days, life is getting way stranger than fiction.
It's like you remember at one point in time we used to be able to be like, you can't write some shit like this. And at first, when we started saying that shit, it was a joke.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a joke anymore.
We used to talk about cannibals like they're werewolves. Jeffrey Dahmer exists these days. He has a history.
Like, I read shit. I read fantasy and shit like that. And the shit that happens in the day-to-day, like, prime example, off topic but not, right? Me and Ari go to Applebee's, right? One thing that I've learned is History Channel done turned into just some Nat Geo. I don't know what the fuck they got going on in them offices, but I'ma watch it. I'ma watch it. You wanna know why? Because the white people ain't gonna do shit. They gonna put some shit on TV that should nobody know about. Why is there a new show? Not new. I think it's like the second season or some shit on Nat Geo called Black Market.
Oh, what?
And I'm talking about you diving into the realms of the black market. That shit said organs, drugs, guns, babies. What? Why is this on TV?
Because we're starting to get into the world where we're in a time and era where the veil of a lot of things that were secrets are being revealed. Whether it's whistleblowers, like my man Eric Snowden for the government, freaking Jaguar Wright for the entertainment industry. Whether it's we done caught y'all slipping up, Jeffrey Epstein, Harvey Weinstein, whatever other Steen out there probably doing something crazy.
Who's in this bitch? God damn.
All the Steens getting caught these days.
All Steens.
Only Steens that I trust these days is the Berenstein Bears.
Shit.
But we have things like the black market, the dark web, fucking goddamn the drug trade that go crazy in Sinaloa, which I may be right, I may be wrong. I ain't been down there, I can't tell you. But one thing I do know is cartels exist.
Cartels exist.
Kidnapping rings. Kidnapping is still going crazy these days. Who knows what some of these ladies are going through. Ladies, if you haven't done this already, this is a side note. Purchase you some pepper spray.
Shooting these niggas.
Get used to having car keys in between your knuckles. You know what I'm saying? If you are in a state where you can legally carry, you might want to think about it. For self-defense reasons only.
Yeah, when I say start shooting these niggas, that's what I mean. Self-defense. Don't just be out here shooting willy-nilly. That's great.
Self-defense reasons only. We live in a world where, I don't know if you just heard this report, there's a 6-year-old that just shot their teacher the other day.
Yeah.
Where did a 6-year-old get a gun and how did he get into the school with the gun? There's so many fucking questions. Life is stranger than fiction now. So now when it comes down to these things that Miss Jaguar Wright were talking about in this interview, does it sound that crazy? You know what I mean?
Not absolutely. Because it's just
so much. I didn't even get to some of the big stuff yet. Yes, there's more. Yes, there's more. This now makes you think of stuff like freaking, like, look at Doja Cat and what she going through these days. Like, it makes me feel like Doja did what she did. She blew up. She got into the industry. And now the industry's getting to her. I don't think Doja crazy.
no.
But if there's one thing that I've learned from the fellow ladies in my life, or who used to be in my life, is one way that a good amount of ladies tend to cope with not even necessarily traumatic events, but just stressful situations is they may cut their hair. They may dye their eyebrows, or maybe even shave their eyebrows, shit like that. Those tend to be a physical manifestation of them trying to deal with their stressful events. You can confirm or deny it for me here, twin.
I've literally dyed my hair twice since I moved to California, y'all. It's January and I moved there in August.
If you ain't been on Miss Doja Cat's IG profile lately, she has no eyebrows and her hair shaved. I'm not going to sit here and say that's a cry for help, but once again, based on some of the data that I have and from what I've seen from some other people's experience, as well as it wasn't that long ago when she was saying she's ready to leave this fucking industry and this whole career shit. I don't know. I mean, like, as much as Kanye is saying wild shit, do you really think 100% that Kanye's crazy? She talked about Ye too. Talked about Ye too. Cause, and this is something that I honestly forgot and didn't realize. The certain level of genius that Mr. Ye, formerly known as Kanye West, has. We all know the infamous incident with Taylor Swift that happened at that 2009 MTV Video Music Awards.
Yep.
Right? Pretty douchebag moment, you think, right?
Fucking dickhead.
People forget what happened later that night. That was the first time he live performed Runaway. Let's give a toast to the douchebags. Give a toast to the assholes. He had a douchebag moment, and then later in that night had the theme song for it already set. It's a different kind of marketing, but it's marketing. And then last time I checked, when that single came out, that shit hit #1. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
Hey, like, you can't argue with the results, bro. You can't argue with the results. I'm not sure, like I said, some people may think he's going crazy. Even myself, I've said that grief should end to a certain extent, but at the same time, I mean, you can't tell someone how to grieve.
Also, you gotta remember, some people don't know how to grieve.
That's a fact. Some people don't know how to grieve.
People they just rock with that shit for the rest of their lives. And that's just who they are now. And I hate that. But that's who are.
Now, Miss Jaguar herself thinks that he's not necessarily crazy. He thinks that he's dealing with excessive amount of grief, dealing with buyer's remorse. Why would you say buyer's remorse? For folks who don't know, if I remember correctly, if I have the facts skewed, correct me if I'm wrong, in the live chat, in the comments, or twin do it yourself. When Miss Donda West passed, rest in power.
Rest in power to that woman.
It was due to some surgery complications. Right?
Yeah.
If you check the track record of that specific surgeon, it was not a good record.
It was coronary artery disease and multiple post-operative factors from cosmetic surgery.
Like, if you check that certain surgeon's track record up to when he did what he did with Miss Donda West, it was not a good track record. Nope. I don't think if you knew his track record, you would go to him. Now, after the situation when Miss Donda passed and everybody's pressing this man, that boy was adamant. No, it ain't about me. I ain't doing that. He was outside. You know what I'm saying? Defensive. Crazy. A year and a half after Miss Donda West passed, he's in an interview. They're talking about it. And allegedly, because I don't know the interview, so I can't say that they took place. But honestly, at this point, I believe Jaguar Wright. I don't know about y'all. I believe her. In the interview, this surgeon says that Kanye knows what happened to his mother. What you mean by that? Now, apparently, Kanye been out here talking about his mother was sacrificed. I don't know. You know what I mean? Based on some of the stuff that we've talked about today here, is a sacrifice really that out of the question? I don't know. It could make a bit more sense as to how his paranoia and his mental has skyrocketed and gone completely out of whack.
Is him saying she would still be alive had I never moved to Los Angeles.
Oh, that's the one. She'd still be alive if I didn't move to Los Angeles. Which could be him, you know what I'm saying? That could be a line. Could be him saying that she'd still be alive if he didn't really participate as deep as he did in this business. Who knows?
Said it's from her coronary artery disease. They're also saying it's factors caused by heart failure after a cosmetic surgery. And I'm like, When you put in coronary artery disease and you have a good physician, they're going to advise you or sometimes blatantly tell you not to do certain things. And the surgery she got was a liposuction and a breast reduction. First of all, 58.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Even if you're perfectly healthy. But if
Mm-hmm.
you have coronary artery disease and you went in and got all that done, I don't know, man.
Mm.
Oh, good health
Cause
or not, because ain't no way she was in good health and then she died the next day. Good health apparently when she left the operating room, and then she died at home the next day.
Like I said, you get
That one
this.
nigga in the room, and that's it.
It's a gray area that we don't necessarily have the power to clear up. But at the same time, like I said, how many coincidences does it take for it to not be a coincidence anymore? Because we all know, right? If we're not conspiring here, one thing that is fact is the Kanye before graduation and after graduation are two different Kanyes. Why do I say that? Around the time that graduation released globally was around the time when Miss Donda West unfortunately passed. For folks who don't know. Before graduation is a whole nother Kanye.
X.
Whole nother Kanye. May have it been. Is there a possibility that both Kanyes are the same Kanye? 100%. You know what I'm saying? People think crazy things all the time. It's called intrusive thoughts. That's the thing. And maybe he had these beliefs deep down, but he knew how to. I want to articulate, but he knew how to push them across, for lack of a better way to say it, mildly. He was way more mild with some of these things. You know what I'm saying? He came out saying stuff like, because mind you, he was still saying some very big statements at the time. The George Bush comment, George Bush don't like black people.
Oh my God, he said that. He really said that, and I be forgetting.
Yeah, that was it definitely happened.
That shit.
Things like that. That nuanced message that had in all the very early Kanye albums about how a lot of gangsters out here ain't really gangsters. Like he's always been one to make a lot of big statements, a lot of big lines and stuff like that. That was always part of him. These days it's a lot crazier. But then again, he's not necessarily in his empire state of mind. Because like I've said before, I've said it on a podcast before, and correct me if I'm wrong, Twin, I don't think Kanye's crazy.
No.
I believe he's going through something. And Jaguar Wright on the interview reiterated something that I've reiterated on the podcast before too. A lot of folks out here who have access to Kanye are out here saying that man is ill. If he's ill, help him. That's your man, right? Help the nigga. Like that's how you know who your real friends are, bro. And folks who's really here for you, or they just see about business. Because now he's volatile. He's a fireball. You can't make the same money you can make off him. So now, what? That boy is ill. Oh, please.
Nigga crazy.
Man. I don't know. Like I said, we dancing in the gray area things. This pod.
Until they say some shit you don't like.
Ooh. Say that louder for the people in the back.
It's true. Niggas is always a creator, especially, and when I say niggas at this point in time, I mean black people. Mm-hmm. They always a creative genius till they say some shit that you don't like.
True. Don't forget they're calling Prince crazy until y'all finally realize, well, what y'all contracts really were saying. So,
which is why anything Prince related that don't come from Prince's estate at this very moment, I'd be like, nah. Because if it don't come from Prince, Prince inspired by, y'all know he would hate that shit if he was still alive.
Shit.
Because he's dead.
True. While we're in the middle of conspiring, before I continue this, because this just popped into my head too, let's not forget how they got Arsenio Hall out of here with his show. That man had too many important black guests. They got him off the air twice because of that. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't remember. I need to fact check it, but I might as well go ahead and say it here. I think he had an upcoming interview at one point with Farrakhan, and they canceled his show before that interview even happened. I believe. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong, actually. But yeah, they got Arsenio Hall, the Arsenio Hall show out of here because that man was just having too many black guests. You know how I move. If the higher ups, I say higher ups, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm talking about that shadow elite at the top of this country in the entertainment industry. When they tell you to do something you ain't doing it, they can get you out of here with no problemo. So of course, you know, she had to update it shit. They had to ask her about Will. You know they did. You know they had to ask her about Will. And she believes what a lot of other people believe, and I believe it too. I think I said it here too when we talked about the Will Smith slap. It's all Jada. Yeah. It's all Jada. It's all Jada.
I'm gonna continue to blame her.
It's not even blame her.
Not been swayed. I'm gonna continue to.
It's not even blame her.
It's not blame. I'm gonna continue to say she the root of this man's turmoil at the moment.
900%. Because, like I said, we can argue where the laugh came from. Sure, you can say it's a nervous laugh. You can say whatever the case is. At the end of the day, Will Smith laughed at that joke.
He did. And
if you go look at that clip, he laughed at it.
The only reason
but we can see Jada's face when the joke came out, though. She didn't like it.
When the camera panned over, she probably looked at that nigga and said, "Really?
Oh, that's funny." And then all of a sudden, next cut, he's walking on stage to slap Chris Rock.
Slap Chris Rock.
Still believes she the root. And as we all know, we 300% believe that she's never gotten over Tupac.
Never.
Will never be Tupac.
Never.
And I don't think she ever will give Will the respect that she deserves.
That red table talk with him and her did nothing but make me be like, I don't know what you thought this was gonna do for you, babe. But
I mean, you proved it. You proved that you care more about Tupac by fucking August Alsina.
That everybody that was like, wow, this is all you're doing. All you did was prove us correct. Because it's literally all you're doing.
An entanglement. Will knew what you were saying. He's like, I think you need to be. He's like, yeah, I had an entanglement with August Alsina. He's like, I think you need to be more clear on what happened with August. So I said it. I had an entanglement with August. That's what I said. An entanglement. He's like, yeah, an entanglement. He said, it's a relationship. It's a relationship. It's like, yeah, it was a relationship. Come on now. As much as y'all word choice tends to be pristine, and you have such an elaborate, vibrant vocabulary, you two, you can tell the energy of the words that's being exchanged in that moment.
Because there's certain words you just can't cop out of.
Nah, entanglement is crazy. We all do it.
You cheated. It's certain words you can't dress up. Certain words you can't switch out. Can't upgrade. It's not an SAT word for cheated. You cheated.
She said entanglement. She made it seem like she slipped and fell on the dick. Like, no.
What? Multiple times. Like at this point, bitch, we need to get you an AARP necklace.
Just like Jaguar said, bro. The man said that man August said he needed help. So you thought just riding the dick was gonna make him better. Right. 100%. Yeah, right on. And the thing is, it's the big thing. Miss Jaguar had a lot to say about the Smith family. A lot of weird things happened in that house. And it's like, well, first and foremost, she liked the children. She loved the kids. Kids dope. She 100% believes that, and I believe it too. And it's not just some crazy stuff. Jaden emancipating himself from the household and not going back since he was 16 had to be a reason.
Absolutely. You don't just do that for no reason.
Had to be a reason. But then again, like I said, according to Ms. Jaguar Wright, thanks to the Smith mentorship, there's been a lot of situations of men running and screaming from their house because allegedly, according to Jaguar, they're both bisexual because they're doing weird shit in the house. Quote unquote mentorship. Who you may think? Oh, she dropped name. She said, Meek Mill. Bryshire Gray. If you don't know who Bryshire Gray is, that is the lovely man who is he still in jail? I know they got him on a domestic suit. I think he got arrested for that joint for slapping some a young lady. I don't remember. But he's the one who played Hakeem on Empire. Running screaming from the weird shit that happened in the Smith house. For what? Don't know what happened in there, but they're both bisexual, allegedly. And Meek Mill ran running from the house because he won with it. Bryshire Gray ran screaming because he won with it. And he said, bro, August must stay because he really needed help. Now, these days, you don't hear too much of these allegations. She believes that they're getting older now. But here's the funny part. She said she thinks that energy is being moved to the Wade house. What? That sounds crazy, right? The Wade house. You know what I mean by the Wade house? We're talking about Mr. Dwayne Wade and Miss Gabrielle Union Wade. That's what we talk about.
Gabrielle Union Wade.
Why would we say that? Because allegedly, according to an artist that talked to Miss Jaguar Wright, that said artist was invited to a party at the Wade house, and everything was copacetic till he went to the back and saw some older men and younger men butt naked in the back.
Wait a minute. Wait.
You heard what you said.
Whoa, nah.
You heard what I said. Party was great in the front, but in the back, bunch of butt naked older men and young men in the back. What they doing? Shit.
What's happening in here?
Yeah, shit. So now, once again, I can't confirm nor deny, but once again, if this is true, that's kind of crazy. You went at Boozy for being closeted gay. If that's the case, because you having gay orgies at your house, I don't know. It's none of my business. But if this is what I'm hearing, what do you expect me to think? What other reason would you have older and younger men in your backyard butt naked for? Huh? With skinny dipping? Together? Oh no.
Not so much.
I don't know. Like, well, shoot, she even said that, Jada might even be part of the club. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God.
He said she looking kind of hocus pocus these days anyway. I died. I ain't gonna lie.
Focus. Got it.
He said, was it alopecia? Was it alopecia or was it entrance to the club? We don't know. We don't know.
Oh my god.
And plus, who knows? No one may even come out from that Wade House incident because everybody. How did Jaguar say it? Nobody want to admit they're a victim, so they pretend to be friends. A lot was said in this interview. Even about some of the stuff that she went through after the first interview. Like I said, there's another interview like this 2 years ago in 2020, and there was a lot that she went through. People stalking her, chasing her down, all kinds of stuff, fearing for her life, or whatever the case may be. Description down below. There's a link to the full interview. Take your time, listen to it if you'd like to, because even just listening to her talk is an interesting thing. I'll give y'all a follow up on this next week. Because from what I found out, literally from what I found out right before pod, right before you came in VC Twin, allegedly, she's currently in the hospital right now because she was arrested because there was an IG live that took place with her pulling up on her husband with a man named Solar, which allegedly in the IG live she calls her nephew. But people are saying he's from a sex cult that came to beat his ass.
Ow.
Her husband. Police were called. It got to a point where allegedly she was saying that all of y'all are dead. I'm gonna blow this place up on my dead son, and allegedly what she threw on her husband, who may be soon ex-husband, I'm not sure, her son's ashes. I'm not sure. I need to look into the story more before I can come tell y'all anything. So I'll follow up with y'all next week on that, because it's for folks of mental health, it can be a trigger warning. It's not the easiest thing to watch. So for folks who may be curious right now, go look into the story yourselves. Be careful if things like this can trigger you. If there weren't no blood or violence necessarily that can be seen, but seeing how she's going through her emotions and what she's going through mentally, it can be a very disturbing thing to watch. So be careful if you go and look into the story yourself. But I said very, very scathing and interesting things were learned from this interview. I already knew the entertainment industry was twisted. I just didn't know who was involved in the twisting. Like everything we talked about with Jay-Z today, I can't tell her that she's wrong. She's worked with the nigga. She's been around the nigga. How can I say she's wrong? I mean, it's a lot. Talk to me, Twin. How you feeling about everything?
Like you said, we have a very, as much as the average person can have, you feel me? Oh, Jesus Lord, all this information coming out my head.
I know, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is. We have a very, vast knowledge, being as we have a good history. We have a good knowledge between the two of us of the history of the entertainment industry. So obviously, we gonna know a little bit more than the average bear about how it's some scandalous shit going on. Scandalous motherfuckers involved in this shit. And it's the ones that got the biggest face, the ones that you see all the time, that are the dirtiest for real. It's not just the motherfuckers in the back that you don't hear about for years, or that you ain't never heard of, or got on this dark cloak behind the scenes. You see P. Diddy everywhere.
I'm telling you.
Jay-Z everywhere with his camel face looking ass. So
billionaire these days.
You said what?
I said billionaire these days.
The first black billionaires are some of the dirtiest motherfuckers on the scene. And you hate to see it. Not just
Yeah.
because, not just because all skin folk ain't kinfolk, but because like you were put in a position to help and to guide and to mentor, and all you did was not all you did, but
what you did was perpetuate the pain to your people.
Right. And you at some point along the way seemingly lost the reason why you started doing all this, and the greed and the it's all about me and that took over for real. And yes, y'all got families and kids and all the other shit. When I say me, I mean like you gonna love your wife, you gonna love your kids, whatever, you gonna do whatever you're gonna do for them because you're a husband, father, whatever. But when it comes to you being a mogul, you're a terrible person.
Shit.
Because to this day, I think it's crazy that people look at Ye and Jay and are like, that's just two best friends that fell out. Not Jay was this nigga's mentor. And
casting him to the side the moment he started moving a little.
Like one of the hardest points in his life, he was like, ooh, not really fucking with you right now, not really fucking with how you acting. And instead of you being like, hey bro, are you okay? Because if that's your friend, that's your ace boon coon, you feel me? That's your dog. You gonna be able to peep, okay, he only do this when some really bugging him, or like you learn a person. So it's like, this is not him unless something drastic done happen. And it did. He lost his mom. And for the longest time, that was his whole world, was music and her.
Yep.
Now all he got is music.
Shit, barely.
Barely. And that's not to take away from the fact that he has kids, because I know Ye loves his children. That's not to take away from the fact that at one point in time, he was happily married. But like, before it got to all that, you still said fuck him. Simply because what he was doing didn't fit your vision. And I really think it's crazy that the blame for Ye specifically and his mental, a lot of it sit on the Kardashians, but don't nobody talk about the big ass role that Jay-Z played in it.
We don't know everything that happened at Rockefeller.
Everybody want to put that blame on Kim, but don't nobody want to talk about how Jay-Z said fuck him, basically.
He did it to Just Blaze. What makes you think he couldn't do it to Kanye?
Everybody was like, that's Kanye! Nigga, that's Just Blaze. What the fuck?
I said, where's Just Blaze? Where's Just Blaze, man?
Where's Blaze, bro? Somebody find that man. Get him on the beat immediately.
That's a lot, bro. Like I said, at the end of the day, these can be considered as conspiracy theories. We don't have access to facts and evidence and all kinds of stuff. Well, yeah, y'all can play that role. Everyone can believe what they want to believe. I'm not trying to make y'all believe nothing. All I'm telling you is I'm laying out these facts and the information that I found interesting. And they may be theories now, but who knows? Maybe they get proven as fact sooner or later. I'm in a gray area. With a lot of the stuff I talked about today, I'm in a gray area. I can't tell you if I 100% believe everything, but at the same time, I can't deny anything.
Very much. It's a lot of things that cannot be denied.
I can't deny anything.
It's a lot of things that can't be denied. I can't, like Twin said, we can't deny any of this. Especially the things that are blatant. Especially the things that are known. You can't deny none of that. A lot of this stuff is up for personal interpretation. I don't think
100%.
You might think he's the best motherfucker to walk the earth. That's your business. But
I want to be. Can we have a conversation, whoever that may be? Let's talk.
Right.
I'm interested.
Where that may be.
I'm interested because I want to know if you find it cool for someone to make money off of somebody else who passed away 25 years ago.
Who was supposed to be your rib, basically.
Like, how you make money off somebody longer than they've been alive? I'm not letting that one go. I can't.
Get into it. If we really wanted to get into it, we could talk about what Diddy did to Usher. But we're not. WF, y'all.
That's a whole other thing.
We can talk about what Diddy did to Usher, but we won't. WF.
We can talk about it. NVC right after this. You see, listen. You know what I mean?
Episode, y'all. Big 40.
Yeah, big episode 40. Like I said, these can be considered conspiracy theories. I just find it very interesting to talk about.
It's crazy, honestly.
It's kind of like true crime, but then again, it's not. We don't know if it's true. We don't know if it's true.
The one question that is always going to be asked is, if this is a lie, like, let's be fucking for real. If this is a lie, what are you gaining from lying about these things?
I don't think she's lying. That's the thing.
If this is a lie, what you gaining from lying about any of this?
No, 100%. She's not gaining anything.
What are you gaining from any of this?
She's not gaining any of this. And like I said,
a lie, you are risking losing everything.
And these days, we know everybody who was as big as the people that she is name dropped. Are quick to throw out cease and desist letters. Quick.
And this interview been out for how long?
This interview came out December 21st.
And ain't not for a while. To her.
And people know her MO because she's done an interview like this in 2020. It's been known.
So come on, bro.
And everybody that she's called out, not one person has brought a defamation suit to her doorstep yet. So if y'all not doing that, it's blatant. Like, if she's lying, it's blatant defamation. It's clearly slander if this was really a lie. But nobody has ever said anything. Tevin Campbell originally threatened to sue and then deleted the tweets when he said it.
Because she was like, "Come on, nigga, come on now." All right, come on now.
Hey, like I said, when it comes to the Tevin Campbell thing, you can actually Google it. This is public record. Right. So like, it's not like she was making this shit up, like, at all. That's public record. You can Google that shit.
You can sue everybody that was on the street that day.
Bro.
Like, what? But so what you got for the people?
This week we got some recording coming, so if not this week, next week, the first episode of Yakuza's dropping on the gaming channel. So if you're not already subscribed, I would, because once this first video drops, the rest of these series is gonna start flooding to y'all boxes like those. Just like those. Like I said before, if you don't know this already, we are playing through the whole Yakuza saga back to back. Shout out to PlayStation Plus, because now I currently own every single video game in the Yakuza saga. That is including Judgment and Like a Dragon. I have them all. We're playing through them all. This is going to be a journey.
Get enough respect. Everybody that told Berlin, this game boring, and I didn't get to see the rest of the fucking game, the back of your knees smell like the inside of a jailbird's elbow. But anyway,
that's
over in the fridge, you feel me? We are back in the kitchen tomorrow making po' boys. And oyster mushroom for our vegetarians out there. You feel me?
I got boys.
I had a good deal at Whole Foods, so I had to grab me some. So we're back tomorrow, unveiling some po' boys, unveiling the new hair color to the world. For those of you who haven't seen me on Snap at the gym getting my ass beat, as well as after pod in a little bit, we will be MVC in the fridge as well. If you're not in the Discord, make sure you hit the link tree. And if you're not a part of the Game Room Discord, make sure you hit my lovely twins link tree as well, so that way you can stay up to date with your favorite smart asses with smart mouths.
Yes,
Um, and they're having a little family time because we ain't vibed out all week.
yes, we vibing out all the way into the release of the Last of Us HBO series at 9 p.m. Eastern. We vibing. Literally, once this go off, we outside, we in there, we getting lit. My ass, I'm ordering food. I'ma let Twin and y'all decide if I should buy a bottle. I'm a little lit. I'm excited.
I'm yes.
See,
you already know I'm gonna say yes.
See, well, there y'all go.
I already know I'm gonna say yes, bro. But yeah, y'all get into it. Just remember, you feel me? Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to bonk that bell so that way you can get all the notices. But when your favorite smart asses with smart mouths is going live, posting our pods or posting some shorts, which we finna start back doing again soon. As well as, you feel me, we finna light up the email once again if you want to be featured as a guest. If you would like to send us some of your questions, send us some of your topics, anything like that you like to hear us discuss, make sure you hit the email up, which is also in the description. And make sure y'all like the stream, like the vid, tell your mama, your grandmama, your daddy, your uncle, your baby daddy, and everybody in between, so they can come check us out. You feel me? It's 2020.
Also, if you're in the Discords, there are sections in the Discords where you can drop your questions or topics you want to hear us talk about, or you can go ahead and hop on Twitter and hashtag AskBraincast, and we'll start checking Twitter. So get into it. Anything you want to hear us talk about, we here. We open books.
We ready to get into y'all. Y'all know we love to hear y'all. This is as much y'all love to hear us. But that's all from me. That's all from Mike. Hope to see y'all next week. And if not, we'll see y'all when y'all see y'all. Stay safe. Check on your people. Love y'all. Peace.
Yes, sir. That'll be easy. Episode 40 of the Braincast, Smart Asses and Smart Mouths. If you're not joining us in the Fridge VC for the pre-game, the pre-party, as well as the Last of Us watch party, we will catch y'all on the next episode. Your favorite smart asses and smart mouth signing off. Episode 40 of the Braincast. Y'all be easy.